Welcome back, everyone. We're ready for another deep dive. And this time,
let's get into it.
we're looking at the UEFA Europa League, specifically Roma versus Eintracht Frankfurt. So final group stage game here.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's things are going to get interesting. Both teams have a lot on the line. I mean, obviously for the fans too, but for the teams.
Big time, yeah.
Especially, I mean...
Well, for different reasons.
Yeah.
I think, Roma kind of has to win this thing to advance, right?
Yep, exactly. So they are hanging on right now by a thread.
Yeah.
21st place, that's the cutoff. And if they don't...
Right on the ball.
If they don't win this one, it's not looking good.
Out of the top 24, out of the knockouts.
Exactly.
Frankfurt, on the other hand, they're sitting pretty good, second place. But there is, like a weird combination of results could happen where they actually end up dropping out of that top 8.
So you never know.
Never know.
That's the thing. It's
yeah. Gotta take to the final whistle.
It's down to the wire. It's going to be exciting.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, obviously more pressure, I think.
Yeah. I think Roma, for sure, especially after last week, right? They lost to AZ Alkmaar. So, a loss you don't want.
Yeah.
Heading into this final game.
A little bit of a momentum killer.
Yeah.
And they just brought in Claudio Ranieri.
They did, yeah.
New manager.
It's interesting, though, because he's actually had a pretty positive impact already.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I haven't been following super closely, but, I mean...
he's brought in, like, a more possession-based style of play.
Okay.
And we're actually seeing that play out in the numbers.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, like a 60% increase in passes completed in the final third.
Wow. That's pretty significant.
So, I mean, they're creating more chances, but can that new approach actually hold up against Frankfurt, who's, known for their aggressive pressing tactics? We're going to see, I think.
Yeah, that's a great question. Because it's like a totally...
Yeah, clash of styles.
Yeah, and then you've got the Omar Marmoush thing happening.
But the big transfer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Frankfurt sold him off to Manchester City recently.
Right.
This is going to be their first European match since that happened. Without him.
Without their star player.
I mean, he's been the guy for them in the Europa League. Yeah.
And it seemed like I saw he was scoring a lot before the winter break.
He was, all 3 away matches before Christmas he scored. So, a real test for them to see how they adapt.
Without him. Yeah. So, it's interesting. I saw that... some of the sources are highlighting a couple players to watch in this match.
Right.
And, I'd be curious to get your take on this.
Yeah.
It's Alexis Saelemaekers for Roma. And then Uzun for Frankfurt. What do you think?
Yeah, Saelemaekers, I mean, he's been dangerous, especially at home for Roma. So he's definitely one to keep an eye on. And then Uzun, I mean, he's a younger player, but he's really come into his own in the Europa League lately. He even got a brace last match.
Oh, well.
So he's definitely a player that could potentially fill that void left by Marmoush.
Yeah, for sure. That's that'll be interesting to see how that all plays out.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, speaking of Frankfurt's attack, you mentioned that stat earlier.
Oh, yeah.
That they've scored at least 2 goals in each of their last 6 away matches.
6 away matches.
6 away matches in the Europa League.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's a crazy stat.
It is impressive. It really speaks to, I think, how potent their attack is.
Yeah.
They're not solely reliant on one player.
Right.
It's like they have a system, that just generates goals.
So, I mean, it sounds like Roma's defense is going to have their work cut out for them.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Can't afford.
I mean, can't concede early.
Right.
And let Frankfurt kind of dictate the pace of the game.
Right.
Got to keep it tight.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've got, just to recap here, Roma.
Desperate for a win.
Yeah. Trying to, solidify their
spot.
Yeah.
Figure out this new style.
Yeah. The new style.
Out of Ranieri.
Yeah.
See if it holds up. And then you got Frankfurt still trying to prove that they can dominate on the road, even without Marmoush.
Without their star player.
Yeah.
So it's a clash of styles. I mean, we've got Roma's home advantage. You got Frankfurt's super potent attack. And then this whole tactical battle between Ranieri's, possession style and Frankfurt's pressing. It's going to be good.
Yeah. A lot to watch here. So, I mean, the big question is, will Roma be able to do it?
Yeah.
Will their home form be enough?
Enough to overcome that attacking threat.
Yeah. Or will Frank just keep scoring on the road?
It is interesting to think, though, like, with that away goal-scoring record, I wonder if Roma might actually be forced to kind of abandon the possession style and go more counterattacking.
Ooh.
Interesting. That would be a fascinating tactical battle.
Yeah, it would. It would. That's a great point. Well, this is going to be a fun one.
Should be a good one.
I'm excited to see how it all shakes out.
Absolutely.
Make sure you guys tune in and
watch it.
See what happens. This could be good.
Can't wait.
All right. We'll be back with another deep dive soon.
Yeah. See you then.